going to start in a child's pose. So if you want to think about maybe a book or a block, hi Eddie, a book or a block that will elevate the floor, and if you've got two, that might be more useful because then you can balance both of your sides out. Also a dyno band or a belt or some tights, anything that will help you elongate your arms. And if you want to work the core, also will help with the core. So Carla said that we're gonna focus a little bit on core too, which is I think good for us. So we'll add that also. And as soon as you want to get into your child's pose, without me having to hurry you, just settle in. Remember that in your child's pose, you want to try and really ground the hips, really feeling the rooting of your hips into your heels. At the same time, you want to lengthen your spine out of your hips and try and really feel the forehead maybe against the floor, the tip of the nose, if not just letting your head hang and be heavy. And taking a moment here, really trying to, as you breathe in, stretch your fingers forward maybe a little bit, keeping the head down. And as you breathe out, trying to push into the floor to sink the hips back. And with the breath and those micro movements, really trying to find, just by breathing deeply in this position, a little bit more space in our spine. They say that by the end of the day, we've shrunk because of gravity pulling us down. So let's try and already find that length in the spine. And then as you breathe deeply, remember that the breath is just a deep breath in and out through the nose, blowing the stomach out, noticing how as you blow out the stomach and the ribs, how much the spine stretches. And then as you breathe out, really trying to squeeze your stomach away from your legs, noticing the weight of the pelvic floor, how it grounds you on the exhale, grounds the hips. And keeping just a couple more breaths here, just reminding you that today is full moon in Capricorn. And just to give you a slight intention, maybe this full moon represents kind of moving sticks. Anything in your life that you feel that would be positive to maybe get rid of or change. This is a good moment to do this. So that might be an intention and inspiration when you look at the moon tonight or for your practice. Maybe even a question to yourself, what would you change? And taking that into account, just do one more breath here, breathing in. And then as you breathe out, curling into your C-shaped spine, onto your hands and knees. So you're breathing out, rolling the spine, breathing in, looking up, curling, opening the chest, arching the spine. And again, breathing out, pushing the floor away. Really try and stretch your spine. Try and keep your shoulders right above your wrists. So just check where your wrists are. Maybe put your hands right under your shoulders if they have to walk them back. That's it. And as you do cat-cows and keep going, don't let me stop you. Just make sure you're not shifting your shoulders back in space or your hips. They're right over your knees, your hips, and your shoulders over your wrists. Let's do a couple more. Breathing in, breathing out, rolling the spine. Last one. Breathing in. As you breathe out and roll the spine, press your toes into the floor and start breathing in, arching your hips up and coming into your downward dog. Try to really push your chest back, let your head hang so your ears are in line with your upper arms. And just come into that downward dog, hold it there. See if you can bend your knees and really lift your tailbone up as you do that. Try to flatten your stomach onto your thighs, maybe your ribs too. And then see if you can lift both heels up, keeping your knees bent, pushing your chest back, still that's it, lifting your tailbone up. And then put the heels down. And again, keep pushing your chest back, don't come forward in space. So you're lifting the heels up, push your chest back as you lift, and then drop the heels down. Keep the knees bent. Just one more, lift them up. Push your chest back, Stomach on your thighs, go on. And then, lovely. Just as you were, let's walk forward. Small steps forward, little by little. Try to get your hands and your feet in one line, bending your knees together. And then just let your head hang. Try to bend your knees so your stomach is still on your thighs. Let the head relax, hold it there. Imagine you're pushing the floor away with your hands, and that also helps your hips lift up. And breathe deep. Breathe in, blow the stomach out. Breathe out, squeeze the stomach in. Slide your shoulders away from your ears a little bit. That's it, nice Carla. One more. Breathe in. Breathing out. We'll do a last breath in and out here. Breathing in. Breathe out. And as you breathe in next, bend your knees, come into a chair position, look forward. Try and lay your stomach on your thighs. Sit back, look forward, lovely. Now inhale all the way up, stretch up. Arms in line with your ears, slightly back. And as you breathe out, bring your hands to your chest center. And we're going to do that again. Just make sure that your feet are together. We'll do the first part of the sun salute a couple of times. Breathing in, arms up. I'll talk you through it. Slightly back. Breathing out. Bend your elbows, bend your knees, sit back, look forward. That's it. And drop down into your forward stretch. Still breathe out if you can here. Relax the head. Go on. The top of the head faces the floor. That's it, Eddie. Breathe in. Now you're going to come up halfway. So you're keeping your hands on your thighs, on your knees, on your shins, not your knees. And then drop a little bit further into your forward stretch to do a chair. Breathing in, look forward. All the way up. Slightly back. And then come into our chest center. Let's do that 2 more times. We'll go a little bit faster. Breathing in, stretch up. Slightly back. Breathe out, bend your elbows, bend your knees, look forward, try and sit your hips back in space, then drop down. With your thighs already near your stomach, relax the head. Now breathe in, just try and lengthen your spine. Halfway, breathe out, fold a little bit deeper, trying to keep that length. Breathe in, look forward, bend your knees, chair position, all the way up, that's it, nice. Slightly back. Hands to chest center. One more. When you're ready, breathing in. Don't let me rush you though. Up and back. Then forward, bending your knees, bending your elbow. Drop down. Inhale, up halfway. Lovely. Exhale, drop deeper. Inhale, chair. Arms together. All the way up. Slightly back. Exhale, hands to the chest center. Just hold it here for a second. Right hand, and I'll mirror you on your chest, left hand on your stomach. Maybe close your eyes. Close your mouth. Try to breathe through the nose. Just observe your heart space, maybe your heartbeat. Maybe ask yourself that question. What would you change? What can you change? In this full moon is the moment to do it. Observe the body, just 1 more second. If it's hotter, colder, these sensations. And then come back with your hands together. We're going to lift up, interlacing the fingers this time. So your index finger is stretching up, all the others interlace, stretch up. With your arms in line with your ears. That's up. Stretch with the feet, pushing down. Your fingers, your index finger lengthening up. Squeeze your head with your upper arms, breathe in. And as you breathe out, slightly bend towards the right. It doesn't have to be deep, but try and keep everything parallel to the front. See if you can push your hips a little bit to the left, Carla. That's it. As you go to the right, push your hips the opposite way. And then come back up, breathe in. Try and keep both elbows as straight as possible. Lengthen and then go to the other side. Squeeze your head with your upper arms, bring your bottom shoulder forward and push your hips the opposite way, also forward. Also bring that right hip forward now. Yes, and come back up. Let's do that 1 more time. Breathing in at the top, Breathing out as you go to the side, maybe a little bit deeper. Push the feet down, keep the nose pointing forward, don't turn the head. Stretch that right arm. And then come back, breathe in. One more. Breathing out. Keep going. Bring that bottom shoulder forward. Also the opposite hip. The left shoulder forward. That's it. And back to center, well done. Come with your hands now behind your head and just stretch your head down. So you're going to just stretch the muscles of the neck, pulling the head down, relaxing the shoulders. Try and ground your shoulders, look at your stomach and just hold the head here. Breathe in deeply, blow your stomach out. Breathe out deeply, squeeze your stomach in. And do that again. Breathe in. Blow the stomach out, breathe out, just hold the head down. See if you can pull it any further down and just squeeze your stomach in. And do one last one there, breathing in. Breathing out. Now look forward, keep your hands on your head. You're just going to put your right hand at the top of your head. Your left hand is going to ground your left shoulder down. And try and pull your head and your shoulder apart. So I go with my head, but try not to include your shoulders. So it's just your head we're stretching for now, the left side of your neck. Maybe close your eyes, breathe into that space. Try and lift the chest bone up, don't let it sink back or sway to sides. Like the tailbone still down, you get the legs hugging together like you had one rather than two. One more deep breath there, breathing in. And putting a little bit more as you breathe out maybe. Good. Back to center. Hands on head, other side. So the left hand on the head, right hand on the shoulder. Tilt the head, really try and just pull your skin apart. Use your fingers. Try to ground your shoulders down. Notice if by lifting the chest up, you're arching at all. So the chest is lifted, but you're still keeping your ribs on top of your hips, your tailbone sliding down. Hold it there. One more deep breath. Breathing in. Breathing in. Okay, lovely. Come back to center. See if you can now lift your right leg into either a tree. You can do a low tree. You can do your tree in your calf, in your inner thigh. See where you want to go with your tree. So we'll start with this position, trying to think of your trousers. Trouser line wants to be straight rather than wonky, and it's usually the right hip that lifts, so you need to try and slide it down. Push the knee back in space and the pubic bone forward. Try to grow out of your hips, but keep your ribs on top. And if you're finding it hard to balance, just grab a wall. Palms together if not. Try to find this position. Remember, you can always keep one toe on the floor. That also helps you ground and lift off. A couple more breaths here. If you're feeling okay and stable, I challenge you to lift the arms up, interlacing the fingers just like you did before. And you can hold this position, which is more core engagement. Careful the ribs don't flare too much on the breath in here. Or you can even go to a side bend. So that's really rooting that left foot down, stretching away from the right hip and trying to plow the right hip down as you reach to the left for 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Lovely, coming back up. And forward if you can, forward in a 90-degree angle and then dropping it down. Well done. Let's go to the other side. So, the left foot, I sometimes keep my toes on the floor, depending on the day. Maybe the calf, maybe the inner thigh, so see what works for you today. Remember that this leg, you want to really push your knee back by stretching the hips forward and engaging your glutes. Then check your trouser line, your palms. See if you can blow your elbows out to the sides, but plug your shoulders down. That's it, Carla. Keeping the thumbs in line with the chest bone. And if you open up the elbows, you should feel more engagement of the ribs and the back of your body. So that should help you really lock that position. Once you're there, if you want to go further, interlace your fingers, stretch up, lengthen out of your hips. Try and grow, use that breath in. Maybe stay here. Keep your ribs over your hips. As you pin your left hip down, And plug the right foot into the floor, side bend. Keep looking forward with that nose facing symmetrically the front. Yes, better. And just hold it there. 4 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Coming back up. Try and square the knee first. And then drop it down. Well done. We'll do one more sun salute into standing postures and then we'll get to the floor. Yes? So to the front of the mat, breathing in, palms together, just what we did before. So inhale when you're ready, your arms up, slightly back. Breathing out, bend your knees, bend your elbows, look forward. And then drop into your forward stretch, relax the head there. Breathe in, up halfway. Breathe out, drop further into that forward stretch. And now just step your left foot back. So your right foot is forward. We're going to do a warrior 2 position. So you're going to windmill, and I'm mirroring you. Your left arm, then your right, into your warrior 2. So your back foot, your toes are facing the side of the mat, the left side, and the front with the right toes. As you exhale, you want to bend and breathe in, stretch the leg. That's it. Keep in one plane, so really push your hips forward like that tree position. It's very similar, the feeling in the hips, right? Breathe in and stretch, and we're going to do that 2 more times. Breathe in out, look towards the front, middle finger, breathe in and stretch. Breathe out, again looking at that front middle finger, and breathe and stretch. Keep your legs stretched, and just tilt your hip, your left hip back, lift it up. Reach forward with your arms as much as possible, and then drop into a Trikonasana with stretched legs. So lengthen those thigh muscles, push your hips forward, your shoulders back, and see if you can just twist your ribs. Nice Carla. Twist your ribs towards the ceiling as you are, but try and engage your thighs a little bit more, and really bring that bottom shoulder forward. Engage your glutes, maybe look up to the top arm. Let's do 1 deep breath there, trying to be still. Breathing in, breathing out. If your arm hurts at all, I think you can always drop it down and keep it lowered, yeah. Push it into the back of your body, maybe there. Last one, breathe in. Breathe out. Coming back up on your next breath in. Open up, come into a straddle position. So you're going to bring your feet to face the side of the mat, which is forward to me, and then interlace your arms behind you. Again, careful with your arms if they're a bit sore. Just to maybe hold your opposite elbows or just relax your arms. If you can, stretch your elbows. It's just Eddie's head is waxing, Carly, so we need to take care of his arm. Breathe in, lift your chest up, bend your knees, come up halfway. So you're trying to get a stretched arms. My fists are pointing back, and my head, the crown of the head is forward like a table. Push your knees out, and your feet are parallel, but usually, yes, that's it, Eddie. And then just hug the stomach away from the floor, especially on that breath out. Connect Mula Bandha. Just do 1 more breath here. Try and be still with your eyes. And again, focus. And then as you exhale next, see if you can lift the arms up, drop the head down. Try and really stretch the arms over your head. Maybe lift the hips up higher. Maybe let go of your arms, Eddie. See what you feel like doing. You could even get a Dynaband and hold it up above your head, or a strap, whatever feels good. If you can, hold it. 2 more deep breaths, belly breaths. Remember, breathing in, bring the stomach out. Nice. Carla, you look comfortable there. I know it's not terribly comfortable, but see if you can engage your thighs. If you can stretch your knees and still be comfortable, work your thigh muscle up. Breathe in, breathe out. And on your next breath in, lift up, keeping the arms all the way up. Lovely. We're just going to change so that our left foot is facing the back of the mat. Now our right foot is facing the side of the mat, and we're going to go into our warrior position. So breathing in, and as we breathe out, bend in the front leg. Remember that the hips are still square. As I said, in that tree position, it's helpful to do it before warrior 2. You feel the same similarities in them. So breathing in, up. Exhale as you open up. And again, the arms can just be on the waist if they're heavy today. Breathing in, breathing out. Just work your hips, right? Feel your hips. You can always do it there. Yeah? Breathing in, breathing out. Looking at the middle finger. Let's do one more. Breathing in, breathing out. Now as you breathe in, stretch your legs. Open the arms out. Remember, it's the right hip because I'm mirroring you. Pull it up and back. Push the hips forwards, the ribs back a little bit. Reach forward, forward, forward. Then let your arm go down, not your body. Try and lengthen out of your hips and twist towards the ceiling. Remember, you're always going to twist more with a stretched spine rather than a curled one. So you want to not let gravity pull your spine down. Keep it there, just a couple more seconds. See if you can get your chin in line with your right shoulder. Maybe your eyes look into your thumb. One more deep breath. Remember, your hands can be here also if your arms heavy. Or the bottom. Hips. Last breath in. Breathing out. And coming back up, breathe in. And let's go back to our straddle position. So face with your feet forward, but remember your knees bend on top of your feet. You need to push them out usually. Hands can to go behind our waist. Try to get your thumbs back and your fingers forward. Squeeze your arms back unless it's uncomfortable. Again, use your hands against your lumbar spine to come to that tabletop position. Rather than here with the elbows to the side, squeeze them and point them towards the ceiling. Try and stretch your stomach skin. Try and push your knees out. Lengthen your spine, chest bone away from your pubic bone. I even use my hands to pull my hips out of my ribs. Push them away towards the back of the room. Breathe in and out, squeezing the elbows together. One more deep breath there. And then as you breathe out next, let your arms slide down your legs. Grab your big toes with your index and thumb. Elbows again, they're going to be out to the side this time, rather than towards each other, out towards the sides of the room. Breathe in, try and lengthen your spine. And as you breathe out, keep that length as much as possible. And bend your elbows. Trying to stretch your legs as you get warmer into the stretch. No need to do it today though. Use your arms though. Really, those elbows should be bending to a 90-degree angle nearly. That's it, Carla. Now think of sliding your shoulders away from your ears, which you've done already, and push your knees out, or bring your feet a little bit narrower, just so that your knees and foot, kind of are on top of each other. That looks better to me. Maybe even a little bit wider, but don't change it. Just explore that position and see where you can go with it. One more deep breath. Breathing out. I know. When you're ready, coming back up, this time rolling up. It gets tough on the thighs, right? And then your left foot, sorry about that. Your left foot brings together to your right hand on the chest, left hand on the stomach. Close your eyes for a second. Just tap into your breath again, your heartbeat, your heart space. And again, maybe what should I change? What would benefit change in my life right now, or in my practice even? Take a moment more, one deep breath. And then breathing out. Let it go. Okay, open the legs up. We're just going to do a warrior one, simple positions, and then get to the floor. So keep your legs open, but about a meter apart. And then we're going to just turn to the right foot. I'm mirroring you still. As I turn, my right toes point forward, my left toes are 45 degrees. And then I'll see how much I can go back with my left leg. So then when I bend my right, I can still keep it stretched, the heel onto the floor. Then remember your pubic bone, slide it forward and keep your ribs over your pubic bone, your hips. Okay, that said, just try and lift the arms up. If not, keep them by your hips. You're going to do a few breaths here. Reaching fingertips up towards the ceiling, exhaling as you bend, just like before, and then stretching. Yeah? 3 more. Exhale as you bend, try and focus forward. Really push the floor away with your back leg. Your back heel's on the floor. Stretch that back knee. And then come back up. Exhale as you bend. Push your pubic bone forward. Inhale as you stretch. One more. Exhale as you bend. Lovely. Now we're going to stretch the leg and keep it stretched. You might want to go for blocks here if you're going to find it hard to reach to the floor. Remember, you can always bend the front knee. You're going to drop the arms down and curl one vertebra at a time until your hands get to the floor by bending your front leg, not your back leg if you have to. Once you're there with your hands or your fists or on top of blocks, forehead comes to your knee and you're C-shaping your spine here, keeping the back heel on the floor and trying to get your pubic bone and your chin to touch. That's the feeling. So engage your glutes, curl your spine, keep it like that as you breathe deep. Your forehead presses so hard against your knee that it's stretching it. It's stretching it back. You're pushing your forehead into your knee to stretch it back. Also other things, but it mainly helps you stretch also that leg. Do one more deep breath there. Let me see it. Breathing in. Nice. Breathing out. See if you can slide your shoulders away from your ears a little bit more, both of you. That's it. Look for that space there. Breathe in. Breathing out. Great stuff. Just as you are, keep your feet grounded. Press your palms together. Try to get your upper arms in line with your head and come up, trying to find a balance and a stretch spine as you lift. Try and go down now and do the same, just as a challenge. So you're bending the leg or not, but keeping a straight spine as you go down. Arms in line with your with your ears, upper arms, that is. When you get down, find that position, forehead to knee, but come back up again. Lengthen out of it, palms together, lift up. Lovely. Can we just do one more, one last one? That's it, twisting that left shoulder forward. That's important, the left hip, go back down. Last one. See how straight you can keep that spine. And then back up. Lovely. Drop the arms down if they were up. Come back to your straddle. Rolling down. So first your head, then your shoulders will roll in down this time. Let your arms just hang. Head, shoulders, roll. And aim here. Now turn the other way. Excuse the view. You're going to bend your knees and walk your hands back. Can you see that? I'm walking my hands towards the back of my mat and trying to bend my elbows back also. Lifting the hips up, relaxing the head. I'll try not to talk too much this time because I know it's not easy to hold. Push the knees out to make sure your toes are in rather than your heels, if anything. Yeah, you got it. Knees out. And breathe. 2 deep breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more and we're there, guys. Breathe in. Breathe out. Great. Just as you are, let go of the leg, of the floor. Your hands roll up. Bending your knees one vertebra at a time. I'm going to just turn to the other side, exactly the same. So you're going to put your left hip to the back of your mat or front, however you want to look at it. And then your back heel open 45 degrees. Arms by your side, you can also keep them on your hips. Let's go for it. Bend your knee as you exhale. Try not to feather it like I just did. Try and hug them in and press your pubic bone forward. Keep it all in line. Then breathe in, stretch. Breathe out. Remember that back leg, that's the leg, Carla, that's it. The front leg is the left and the back leg is the right. But you want to really think of stretching that back leg and remember to have your legs in like train tracks rather than a tight rope. So 2 fists in between your feet usually. That's it. You got it. I think you could stretch that back knee a lot more, but that's me being picky. Yeah, that looks better. Let's do one last one. And then stretch. You got it. Now let the arms drop and roll down. Use that Pilates roll. So really try and articulate your spine. Get in between those vertebrae. Look at the space. Control breath. Hands can be on blocks, on your fists. You can stretch that left leg if you can get your knee to the forehead with the leg stretched. or work to stretch it by pushing your knee against your forehead or your forehead against your knee and breathing deeply, trying to really connect and find pressure in that space. Nice positions with the hips, Carla. Your technique is looking a lot better, I must say, from when you first started, so well done. Looks like you've been to yoga classes, looks like you're developing nicely. Keep breathing there. Remember the feeling as I'm pushing my pubic bone towards my chin. I think, Eddie, your right hip could go forward a little bit more. Yeah. And now you can stretch that right knee if you can. Gauge the thigh. One last breath. Breathing in. Breathing out. Now, pick your head up with your arms. This is not easy. It's for core. Lengthen the spine, also for balance. Lift up and stretch up. Lovely. Try and keep that back leg stretched, but your front leg can bend as much as you want, but keep weight on the back one, if not you'll overcharge it. So as you exhale, lengthen out your hips, come down. Once you're down there, straight away coming back up. Can we do one last one? So breathe in, exhale, squeezing the core back. Sorry, I need to look into this. I really don't know what's going on. And then one more to come back up. Let me just check what this reminder is. Okay, switched off. Lift up and then twist. Release the arms by your sides and roll down one last time. So head, shoulders, bend your knees. And come into your bent knee position exactly like before. What I wanted to do is try and twist now in this straddle. So I'm going to face the side. So you see what my back is doing. Bending my knees, trying to get a tabletop position. Put your left hand in front of your chest bone and your right hand behind your waist, behind your lumbar spine. So you're pushing with your right palm into your lumbar spine and trying to push into the floor to twist your shoulders to the right. Drop the right hip down, don't let it twist with the right shoulder, that's it, and just breathe. Breathe in, push the right elbow back. Breathe out, hold it there, one more. Just hold it there, breathe in. Try and twist a little bit more, breathe out. And then release it, other side. Get a good twist there if you can, so lengthen the spine to get there. Right hand in front of your chest bone, left hand behind your back on your lumbar spine. Flatten it out, your lumbar spine with your hand, and then use your hand to push your left hip expression down as you twist your left ribs to the ceiling. The shoulder up towards the sky, push the floor away and breathe deeply. That's it, Carla, you're there. That's it, nice, keep going, looking up. 4 more seconds. 3, 2, and release 1. Nice. Relax the head down, breathe in, breathe out, roll up. Bring your left foot to your right hand to the chest, left hand to the stomach. Close your eyes or look down. Take 10 seconds here again. Check your breath, breathe through the nose. Just check your heart space, maybe your heartbeat. And then ask yourself a question and intention for this full moon. What can you drop? What can you change? That brings something more positive and great to your life. And then as you breathe out, straight away bring your hands into a namaste. We're going to do one sun salute to stay on the floor now. So the feet together, palms together at the front of the mat. When you're ready, breathe in and up, slightly back. Breathing out, bend your knees, look forward, and then drop down, forward stretch. Breathe in, up, perfect. Breathe out, drop further into your forward stretch. Walk yourself back into your plank, one leg, the other. And then from here, downward dog plank. So you're going to lift up, downward dog. And exhaling, roll forward into your plank. We're going to do 2 more. So a downward dog. And breathing out. We'll do 1 more, downward dog. Then you hold your downward dog now. If you get tired, Eddie, with your arms, please have a break. If you can, for your core, lift your right leg up. Hold it up, and as you shift forward into your plank, see if you can get your right knee to get close to your forehead. Shift your weight forward as you do that. That's your exhale. Engage the core. Breathe in and lift the leg up. We're going to go for 4 more, guys. Exhale, forehead to knee. Inhale, back up. Make sure your shoulders are right opposite your fingers, Eddie. I think you need to walk your hands back or your shoulders forward in your plank. Exhale and inhale. 2 more. Have a break if you need it. Exhale. Inhale it. Last one. Forehead to knee. See if you can hold it there for 8 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just as you are, bring that leg into a pigeon. There's 2 pigeons that we can work depending on your hips. So you can get that right ankle to go by your left wrist and the right knee by your right, and then try and walk yourself back. Yeah? If you go sideways, now I'll show you the next option if this is uncomfortable. It's like a mermaid position with the front leg, right? If that's not working, you can do this one, look. Just sit with the knee right under and the heel right under your hip. So it can be right under, stretching the back leg, or bringing that heel in front. That opens the front hip too. So where you want to go, wherever works for you. Now, wherever you are, try to walk your hands back so that your shoulders one day are right on top of your hips, which is where you might need, there you are. So you feel all the weight on top of your hips, right? Unless there's any knee ache, anything that you want to adjust, maybe with a block under your right hip, anything that's going to help you with the position, you can ask me if you're not quite sure. Try and just do 2 deep breaths here, stretching the left leg back, that left knee, pushing your pubic bone forward, even in this position. And Carla, see if you can grow out of your hips and also your shoulders, plug them down. Yeah, lengthen the back of your neck so your chin is parallel to the floor. That's it, beautiful. Can you hold it there a second more, maybe? If it gets too much. Just release. Great. Can we walk forward now? If you need to come out of this position, let me know. Walk forward if you can. And try and get your forehead down to the floor like a child's pose, maybe. If your heel is out, not under your thigh, under your glute, if you're not sitting on your heel, which is a different version of pigeon, and your heel is open to the left, you want to walk it forward. So one day your shin is parallel to the front of your mat. That's the aim. I can't get there, but just so you know how much you need to work that heel forward. Not today necessarily, but that's the aim, right? Nice. And as you do that, your left hip, you want to push it down towards the floor. Don't let it lift. Looking good. Try and relax the head now. Remember, you're looking down. Trying to sink into the floor, into that linear energy, which is more calm. It's to do with water also. So being flexible, not physically, but just adapting to these new movements and to just settle in. One more. Breathe in. Breathe. Lovely. Hold it there. We're going to do a side pigeon, which is, I'm not sure if we've done it before. Probably have. Just as you are, you're going to walk your arms back. Just check what my back leg does. My knee's facing down, right? I'm mirroring you. I'm just going to sit now on my right glute and have my knee facing the side. Can you see that? Turning my hips to face you. Facing, yes, good. Try and keep that leg stretched. Then you're going to walk. This right hand is kind of threading down. and forward. And your left arm is going to go above your head, just like if you were doing a side bend. Yes, try to touch, unless there's pain in the arm, and keep down. You can always put your head, let it hang maybe, just stretch the neck that way, or put it on a block or a cushion if you're not comfortable. So just to, if you can get the arm there, hold it there. Just breathe deeply into your left lung, right? Try and get your chest, push your chest forward or your arm back. Just breathe there. See if you can stretch that back knee curler. Just, yeah. Bring awareness to the ends of your body. One deep breath there. Breathing in. Breathing out. Lovely. Now with force, push your hands into the floor and just lift your left leg up. So, yes, sorry, you have to change your legs around, don't you? So it's I'm mirroring you, so it's your right leg up, drop it down, and then lift your left leg up. We're gonna change for a forward and back, yeah? With the left leg, when you're ready, you're coming forward, full head to knee, and then push back. We're doing 5 of these, we've got 4 more. Full head to knee, shift your shoulders right above your fingertips, much better there. And then back, that's it. The more forward you go, it's more challenging too for the core. So forward, and back. Keep going, you've got 2 more. Forward, full head to knee, engage that core, and back. Last one, full head to knee, hold it there, 8 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now that heel, that left heel is coming to your pigeon. Yes, come forward, I'll mirror you. So you're changing your leg forward into your pigeon. It's the left leg, that's it. Left leg forward, right leg back. Try and be tall now here. So you're trying to square your hips to the front like a warrior 1. Once you've kind of got that, you want to try and walk your hands back so that your shoulders are right on top of your hips. Not easy, not too comfortable either. Try not pin the shoulders up to do that. Slide them down, think of your chin parallel to the floor. And then work that right hip down. I know. Remember, it doesn't have to be shoulders over hips today. So you need to try and just work with yourself and just see what can I hold that can still let me focus on breath and be still. Where do I need to go for that? Do one more deep breath here. Breathe in. And breathe in out. Lovely. Now, as you go down, before you do, just so you know what I find very useful is, I start walking my back foot. I flex the foot, walk the knee back as I get warmer. So I do that especially when I walk my hands down. Start to get a little bit heavier in the top body. This back foot, I try to stretch back a little bit more as I get looser into the stretch. So fall down, relax the hips. And breathe deep there. If you find that's too much, if you find that you need to let go of the position, come out of it, sometimes remember that we have to do that. So just be kind to yourself, listen to your body. So that heel one day wants to be forward so that the shin is parallel to the front of your mat. It doesn't have to be today, unless you're doing the other version of the pigeon, which is your heel, you're sitting on your heel, totally different, but same kind of position. Let's do one more deep breath there, breathing in. Breathing out. Side pigeon. So just as you are, you're just gonna turn your body to the side. So it's like a warrior 2. It's kind of the same positions, warrior 1, warrior 2, but on the floor. You're trying to now walk your left arm forward, reaching towards me, or towards the back of the room, that's it. And then take the right hand over your ear so that you're laying on your leg. That's it, nice, both of you. Your right fingertips might touch the floor. Your head might be on a block or just hanging. Let it hang. Work with gravity. Gravity gives you a nice stretch if you let it act. Try and stretch your right knee, which you're doing. See if you can stretch your right elbow, Carla. Walk your hand a little bit further forward. Yeah, look for those lines. Lovely. Breathe in, breathe out. You're twisting a little bit your ribs also to the ceiling, maybe. Hold it there. One more deep breath. It's looking good. Well done. Hold it there. Come back up to your sitting pigeon. So just as you went down, just come up, sit, and cross. Attention. Your right leg is going to just swing forward into a twisted seated position. Your right leg, so the back leg. So I'm here, right? My right leg is over, my left leg is under, and usually if both your sitting bones aren't on the floor when you bend this bottom leg, your right sitting bone lifts. You want to keep your bottom leg stretched. Just see where you want to go. Then grab with your left hand your right leg. Try to lengthen out of it. Push your right hand into the floor and just twist. Once you found that position, see if you can go deeper by getting your right upper arm over your right leg and pushing against your thigh. And then your palm faces up, faces the side of the room. Breathe deep there. Just twist every breath out a little bit more. Towards the right. Eyes to the right shoulder. Corkscrew your spine. One last deep breath. Try to keep your shoulders right over your hips. Maybe Carla, walk your hand a little bit further towards your hips so that you can really stay straight. Your shoulders above them, that's it. And then let go of that position. Let's twist to the other side. So just uncross that right leg, cross the left one on top. So just to show you, you can come to this position. If you want to get a little bit deeper, your right arm goes over. Can you see? The upper arm over the left thigh. And stretch my palm out to the side. So see where you want to go. Make sure you keep your hip bones on the floor. And you're looking to the left shoulder with your chin in line with it when you know what you're doing. Now as you breathe in this position, at least 3 deep breaths, try to really stretch your spine on the breath in and twist on the breath out. Use your ribs. Then take attention to your sitting bones. Are you lifting a sitting bone off the floor to twist? Usually when I twist to the left, my left sitting bone wants to lift off the floor. I need to push it down into the floor and forward. And I can twist a little bit more when I do that. Nice. And then release. Good. You're going to just let go of your legs, bend your knees and roll back. Roll back slowly. So 1 vertebra at a time. And then lift your legs up into a tabletop position. Palms onto the floor. I'm going to do leg drops in this tabletop position. So you're going to imagine that you want to touch the floor away from you. Keep a 90-degree angle. Bend your knee. Drop your foot down with your knee 90 degrees. And then breathe out as you lift up. Squeezing your stomach in. So you're moving from the hip joint, not from the knee joint. It's not knee taps. Can you see that? We're trying to go away, as far away as you can with your knee bent. Breathe out as you lift, breathe in as you drop. Now keep your shoulders on the floor. You can always now lift the head and keep the shoulders off the floor, reaching the arms forward. So see what works for you. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Keep going for 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now keep your legs stretched. You hold it there. You put your hands behind your head. And now you're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, just drop the leg down. Breathe in, breathe out, lift it up. Then change your legs, breathe in, breathe out, lift the head up. Do that again. Breathe in, drop the other leg down, breathe out, lift it up. Breathe in, drop the head back. breathe out, sit up, and do that again. Breathe in, stretch, breathe out, up, breathe in, drop the head, and lift it up. Breathe in, stretch, breathe out, up, breathe in, drop the head. We're doing 4 more, and you can always keep the head down, remember, and just do their legs, and drop their head if you want to. Breathe out, and drop their leg, inhale, exhale, up, inhale, drop down the head, exhale, lift up. 2 more, breathe in, breathe out, lift up, drop their head, breathe in, breathe out, lift up. 1 more, breathe in, breathe out, lift up, drop the head, and lift up. Can you just try and reach 8 times towards your toes now before we finish? Go on. Just try and lift up, and 2, and the fingers touch the toes or beyond, and 4 more, and 3, and 2, and 1. Lovely. Push your hands into the floor and come either into a bridge or fold back into a plow, and you choose. This is a plow, this is a bridge. And you can do a supported bridge if you prefer. And just try and maybe close your eyes, come back to a deep breath. Not as deep as usual because this position doesn't allow it, but yes, focusing on the breath being long. See if you can push your palms into the floor, Carla. If it's hard to keep that position, then forget about it, work it there, but yeah, that looks good. 1 more deep breath here. Good. Bring your hands to your lumbar spine now, lift the legs up towards the ceiling. Try and find that candle position. If it doesn't feel good, then you can always ask me, or I can already give you a variation. You can just put your legs up to a wall. You've got a wall by you and you just want to relax here. Just let them drain. That's it, Carla. Keep pushing your toes, your ankles forward, but your hips back. That's the feeling. Looking good. If you want to try and turn your legs out in this position already, and do like a tree position with your knees. So you're trying to do a namaste with your feet, bend your knees to the sides, yeah? But keep your heels, that's it, over your tailbone, Carla. All the way if you can, or as much as your body will let you. Push the knees out like a tree. We've done that already quite a few times. That's it. And see if you can walk your hips right over your shoulders and slightly back by using your elbows, squeezing them closer. Good. Find all of that now together. Do about 2 more breaths there. That looks good. Try and keep always your eyes still once you know what you're doing and focus on your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. And on your next breath out, see if you can just straddle your legs out. So you're just stretching your knees out to the side, that's it. So you're there, right? Stretch your knees, see if you can get to the floor. Press your hands down and then roll down 1 vertebra at a time. Bend your knees. We're going to do 1 more position before I leave you to do your Savasana. Take a moment. We're doing a fish if you're up for it, or a wheel if you know what that is. So just to finish, I think I'll leave you doing Savasana in your own time, if that's okay. So you're going to push your hands right under your hips. And you're going to try, and we worked this the other time, I remember, so take care in the kind of layers of movement. You're sitting on your wrists, stretching your elbows, then stretching your legs. Remember that now you want to lean on your elbows, lift your chest bone up, and then widen your elbows as much as you need to let your head drop back. Lovely. Okay, that looks great from both of you. Try and work your knees stretched. Yes, steady, that's it. And I feel, yes, nice, Carl. I was just going to say, I feel you can both lift the chest bone a lot more. So work that as much as you, yes, on your breath in. Try and really stretch not just your chest, but your rib cage, the muscles in between your rib bones. That's it, good. That looks even better. Lifting up on every breath in and not dropping on the breath out. Let's just do 2 more together. So breathing in for 4, 3, 2, 1. And breathing out for 4, 3, 2. If you can do one more. Breathing in. Take it easy, Eddie. Remember you've had a jab, so be nice to yourself. Be kind. And then when you're ready, on your breath out, you want to bring your chin to your chest. That's it. And then roll down. Wonderful, Carla. Really, big difference in your practice. Looks like you've been doing more yoga recently. Looking good. Take the arms away from behind you. It's time for Savasana unless you want to do anything else. So this just means laying down, trying to be still. Imagine that Vitruvian man, I don't remember what it's called, but I think Eddie at least knows what I mean, from the Da Vinci Code, that painting. Yeah, exactly, Carla. So just open up, feel that circle of energy around you in a way. Remember, it's a lunar moon, still energy, earth. It's a very earthing energy, grounded. So just try and connect. And just be still. I'm going to be with you for a minute, look for stillness with you, and then leave you. Hopefully, you can be a bit longer in this position when I leave you. We're going to do at least 5 minutes of us. So try and make the most. And again, you might, before you totally switch off, you might ask yourself, what can I change in my life for it to be like, this is the moment to do it. It's a moon in Capricorn. Have a look, have a read about it, and then look at it tonight, and then get inspired.
Breathe, light, light. Breathe, light me up and breathe, light me up, breathe, and breathe.
And then I'm going to leave you there. Lovely to see you today, and hopefully I'll see you on Monday. Take care, and enjoy your Savasana, hopefully for at least 4 minutes. Leave you there.